So if you've heard of this thing called leaky gut and wondered what that's all about and how it affects your health, let me break it down for you. Hi, Cindy Nicholson here from realfoodwithcindy.com, and today let's talk about leaky gut. Now, in my last video, I talked about inflammation and how diet is such a huge contributor to the inflammation in our body. So how does this work? Well, it could be a number of different things, but one of the factors could be because of a leaky gut. So I'll talk about what that is, but first let's talk about what's supposed to happen in your body. You swallow your food, it goes to your stomach where it starts to get digested. It then continues on to the small intestine where it's further digested, but this is also where the nutrients are absorbed into our body. The rest just passes down through the large intestine and then eventually it's excreted from the body. So that's what happens in an ideal world. Let's talk about what happens with a leaky gut. So if you think about it, when you swallow, food actually hasn't gotten into your body yet. It's not actually until it gets to the small intestine that the nutrients have to cross a barrier before they'll get into your body. Now, as you can imagine, this barrier is very tightly controlled. Think of it as two well-paid bouncers at a nightclub. They're not just letting anybody through. Now, what happens if this barrier is damaged or becomes inflamed? Well, this is when we get into leaky gut territory. If those tight junctions are no longer there, then things like bacteria and toxins and even undigested food particles can make their way into our body. Well, as you can imagine, our bodies do not like this. So what are they going to do? Well, they're going to mount an immune response in order to get rid of those foreign substances. Well, if this happens time and time again, guess where we end up? Well, you got it. Chronic inflammation. So bottom line, you want to try and avoid things that are going to damage or inflame this precious barrier. So what are some of the things that might do this? Now, as you can imagine, the things that you eat are at the top of your list, particularly foods that you may be sensitive to and therefore are irritating to your gut. Now, this may be different from person to person, but the most common culprits are gluten and dairy. Now, something else that can damage your gut lining is medication like Advil or aspirin. Now, what you may be taking to reduce inflammation over the short term could be affecting this precious lining over the long term. Now, something else you may not realize that might be affecting your gut in this way is chronic stress. Now, chronic stress depresses your immune system, which then just amplifies the inflammation response to those foreign bodies. More on this in an upcoming video. Now, so by no means is this list exhaustive. I just wanted to highlight some of the key players. So there you have it, some key things you can do to your diet to help avoid leaky gut. So how about you? Do you think you might have leaky gut? Now, I mentioned that the source of inflammation in your body can be due to a number of things. Leaky gut is certainly one of them, and next week I will talk about another one that's happening in your body. So if you'd like me to let you know when my next video is available, sign up in the box provided on my website. Thanks so much for watching.